Welcome, everyone, to an NCAA.com March Madness Skype session on the post-game fashion here. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Cartier Diarra from Kansas State after an impressive victory over their rival Kansas, 74-67 at the Temple of Doom there in Manhattan, Kansas. You had the emphatic dunk to essentially ice this game. Take me through those final seconds when you were icing that. What did that feel like to just put the exclamation point on this win?
It felt great. I actually got a hand on the ball. I thought the ref was going to call a foul, and he actually didn't. So I got the steal, and I kind of looked back to see if he was trailing me. And then in the back of my head was my teammates keep telling me, you got a 45, use it. And I know recently, every other time I had a breakaway, I was doing a regular two-hand, and I was like, you know what, this is a big-time game. I know it's time for me to pull out a windmill. I actually wanted to under the legs it, but I didn't make it. I didn't make it in pregame the first time. I made it the second time, but I wasn't too sure about it, so I was just like, I'm gonna go with my over-reliable, and I went with the windmill.
All right, so Cartier, you guys had lost 8 straight to Kansas. This predates you. What was discussed about the manner in which you guys had to dethrone them in some form? It's not over yet in the Big 12, but just to be able to beat them at least once here. And I know you've only been there a couple of years, but what did the upperclassmen, the staff, discuss about how important it was to knock them off in Manhattan?
Well, this has been the first time we got to play them first. We usually go to their house, and we actually play well the first game, and then when they come here, they always punk us. So the big thing was don't let them punk us. Don't let ourselves beat us. Make it hard for them. So we stress defense. We know that they was gonna play zone, and we did struggle in it. But the biggest thing was defense, and that's what won the game. We turned them over 23 times, and it led to a lot of fast break points, especially that last one with my dunk. But it was just, our seniors. It was for the seniors. Our leaders, Cam, Dean, and Barry, and they haven't beat them. And I know I was 0-3 last year, and it was just about that time to do it. And I think it was just really a confidence builder. And it was just that hump that we need to get over and tell ourselves that we could really win this Big 12 championship. So I feel like that's what it is.
Listen, Cuddy, I had Dean Wade on my podcast, March Madness 365 yesterday, and we discussed it. This could be a season-changing week. You've got Kansas at home. You won that one. Now you're at Baylor, who's just a half game behind you guys, now that you're alone in first place. When you saw what this week, had in store for you guys, prior, basically, I guess, in practice on Sunday and Monday, what was discussed within this group about what could be accomplished with these 2 games?
What was discussed is, take it one game at a time, but just know that what our mission is. Our mission is different. It ain't to survive. It's to win a Big 12 title. And in order for us to do that is to not get swept. Is to beat every team at least once. But it's to beat them twice. So we got Kansas once, and we got them at their house. So that's what we need to do. And we haven't played Baylor, so we got to handle business over there. And they're right next to us. So we beat them, then we're really the lone one at the Big 12, but it ain't over. We still got more games ahead. We just finished the first half of the Big 12 conference, and we got a whole nother 9 games coming up.
Cartier, the defense has never been an issue with K-State. It's been the offense. There's been times even this season, thinking maybe that Tulsa game, where you guys just couldn't score. How did you guys solve that in the last, 6 to 7 games? Because that's not been the issue.
I think it was just, our guys being in the gym and just being confident in their shots. I felt like in those last games that we were struggling in, we took those same shots, but we just weren't confident and it wasn't falling. But recently they've been falling, and everybody's just been in the gym, and mentality's been different. And it's just, regardless of the offense, stay playing defense, and defense wins championships, defense wins games. So that's what we've been preaching.
Cartier, you guys got to the Elite Eight last season. That was a big surprise. Dean Wade was hurt during that tournament run, all but one game. Gets hurt, earlier this season. How much has there been a sense that, last year was not a fluke? This is a team that legitimately if healthy, which you are now, can get back to that point where you were a year ago?
It's just just keep that that mentality. This K-State mentality. This program is built on defense. Our foundation is just being tough, gritty. We don't have to win games by a lot, but it's getting a W at the end of the day. That's most important. And we're a family and playing for each other. When you get a group of guys that play for each other day in, day out, hard, you could do very special things. And that's our plan. And that's what we've been preaching every day in practice. Just togetherness, playing as a team, always making the extra pass, making the right reads. We had 17 assists on 25 field goal attempts, which is pretty good. And, just keep up sharing the ball, just loving each other.
Hey, look, before I let you go, Kansas had 23 turnovers. I know this thing's not over yet. But after tonight, what are the chances that Kansas's 14-game Big 12 title win streak potentially in a month's time could be over?
I feel like it's a great chance if we just keep our dog mentality. Underdog, people stay saying that still, even with us being first in the Big 12, that we're not going to win it. So it's just keep letting those haters keep hating, and we just keep doing what we're doing, and that's winning. And we're just really excited about this win, but it's not over. We got Baylor, and we got to focus on that.
Cartier, appreciate it. Congrats.
Appreciate you, Andy. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.